So I'm going to be talking about abandonment issues. And don't worry, I'm not going to start with tell me about your childhood. I'm actually talking about abandoned shopping carts. And just to sort of clarify, when I say abandoned shopping carts, I don't mean just FMCG, I mean dropped purchases, whatever the category. Because shopping carts have a very definite role in the agenda of shoppers in the online space. In the offline space, it's more functional to hold your stuff and take you to checkout. But in the online space, we found that shopping carts can actually be bookmarks, which is they just allow you to tag interesting stuff that you've seen everywhere in the online space on the website. Next, when the purchase becomes a little more serious, you are actually committed to buying, your shopping cart can actually be a parking space. So what we mean by a parking space is that it holds stuff till you're ready to make the purchase, which means that you want to take your time to compare options. Not surprising, because we have data that shows that 1 in 2 online shoppers is doing something else while shopping your site. The third is a wish list. It's like a treasure chest. The shopping cart holds stuff that is really interesting. You actually want to buy it, but it's a bit of an indulgence, or maybe it's very special, so you want to take your time before you make the purchase, right? And the fourth is a cart is a cart. Just like in the offline world, it has a functional value, and that's where it really hurts. Why is it that when a cart is a functional cart, shoppers are in the right mission to buy, have the time, have the money, and they still don't complete the purchase? There are 2 reasons for it. One is what I call the culture of overload, which is the online shopping environment is full of visual stimuli, is full of information, and is not necessarily geared up to the way the shopper looks at shopping. And the second is what I call dissonance, which is our notions of how shopping is supposed to work are a function of our offline experiences. So when we find that those rules don't work in the online environment, we're a bit confused. It causes cognitive dissonance, and that's why we drop purchase. So the online shopping environment is, like I said, full of overload, and we need to manage that overload. And how do we do that? Now, the concept of shopper currencies is not new. We talked about shopper currencies in the context of brick and mortar stores as early as 10 years ago. But the way it manifests in the online space is what is interesting. So the kinds of competencies that we need to build as marketers to target these shopper currencies in the online world is what's changed. So when you talk about time, it's about optimizing experience at the checkout versus, right through the entire process of finding the product. It's about product visualization and information architecture. It's about how does a product come up on screen? What are the brands that come up when you type in a particular search word? It's about saving energy by warning people of an out-of-stock situation early enough in the shopping process. And finally, it's about making some brave guarantees. So I'd like to end with 3 thoughts. The first, that I think when it comes to conversions or abandoned shopping carts, it's time that we change the frame. What are the different roles that the cart is playing? And then creating strategy for each of those different roles. Second, I think we've forgotten somewhere along the line that retailing is all about relationships. And relationship building is not a single, it's not a single experience, it's a seamless end-to-end experience, going beyond transactions. And finally, the shopper currencies may be the same, but the competencies we need to build are going to be new for the online environment. So I'd like to end by saying that, it's a new environment. If we change the way we look at abandonment, if we change the way we look at conversion, and not see it as a grim reminder of failure, but actually an opportunity to engage with people who are interested, then the opportunities open up for us in this connected world.